जय राधे जय कृष्णा जय वृंदावन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन श्यामा कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन कालिंदी जमुना जय जय महावन केशी घाट बंसी बट द्वादश कानन जहाँ सब लीला कैलो श्री नंद नंदन श्री नंद यशोदा जय जय गोपागण श्री दामादि जय जय धेनु वत्सगण जय वृषभानु जय कीर्तिदा सुंदरी जय पौर्णमासी जय अभिरा नगरी जय जय गोपीश्वर वृंदावन मान जय जय कृष्ण सख भट्टु द्विजराज जय राम घाट जय रोहिणी नंदन जय जय वृंदावन बासी जत जन जय द्विज पत्नी जय नाग कन्यागण भक्ति तेजाहारा पैलो गोविंद चरण शिरास मंडल जय जय राधा श्याम जय जय रस लीला सर्व मनोराम जय जयोज्वल रस सर्व रस सार पर किया भागे भावे जहाँ ब्रजे ते प्रचार श्री जानव पद्म को श्री जानीव पद पद्म कोरिया स्मरण दीन कृष्ण दास कहे नाम संकीर्तन दीन कृष्ण नाम कहे नाम संकीर्तन जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन. So we'll begin. I hope the link has been shared. Just the one who is sharing the link, please see to it that the links have been shared, the YouTube link and the link for the class. All right. Today we are starting chapter 8, which is a very beautiful chapter. Talks between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Ramanand Rai. You remember? So Mahaprabhu left from Jagannath Puri for a South India tour. And when he was leaving, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told him about Ramanand Rai. And he said, when you are going to South India, make sure that you meet Ramanand Rai. Because when I met Ramanand Rai, he was a great devotee, but I was a Vedanti, so I could not understand him. But oh Mahaprabhu, now after talking to you, I understand what Ramanand Rai is. So my suggestion is, you please go and meet Ramanand Rai. And today, these two are meeting. Ramanand Rai was a government officer, and he was from a lower caste. So usually people from lower caste, in India at that time there used to be very this caste system. So people from higher caste would not hug or touch or even associate with lower caste. So, but Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, no, 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 you don't know what he is. So you should please go and meet him. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not have all this feeling in his head, but whatever the mentality. All right, let's begin. Text 1. सांचर्य रामाभिधा भक्त मेघे स्वभक्ति सिद्धांत चयामृतानि गौराब्धिरेते नमुना वितरणे तज्ञात्वा रत्नालयतं प्रयाति. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is known as Gauranga, is the ocean of all conclusive knowledge in the devotional service. He empowered Sri Ramanand Rai, who may be likened to a cloud of devotional service. This cloud was filled with the water of all conclusive purports of devotional service and was empowered by the ocean to spread this water over the sea of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Thus, the ocean of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became filled with the jewels of knowledge of devotional service. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all glories to Lord Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Acharya and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. According to his previous program, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went forward on his tour, and after some days, he arrived at a pilgrimage called Jiyara Narsimha. He went to the temple, saw the Narsimha deity, and he offered his obeisances, fell flat, and he was filled with ecstatic love, and he performed the kirtan, chanting, and offered prayers. Shri Narsimha Jaya Jaya, Shri Narsimha Jaya Narsimha Jaya Jaya Narsimha Praladeshe Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bhringa. Ugro api anugra evayam swabhaktanam rakeshari kesari va swapotanam anyesham ugra vikramaha. Mahaprabhu sang, all glories to Narsimha Dev, all glories to Narsimha Dev, who is the Lord of Prahlad Maharaj and who is like a honeybee and is always engaged in beholding the lotus-like face of Goddess of Fortune. Although he is very ferocious, a lioness is very kind to her cubs. Similarly, even though Narsimhadev is very ferocious, like a lion, but he's very kind and very soft towards his devotees, like Prahlad Maharaj. This was said in Srimad Bhagwatam. In this way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited verses, and from the Shastra, the priest from the temple bought a garland and the remnants of food offered to Shri, and then he gave it to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As usual, a Brahman offered Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu an invitation. Wherever he was going, people were inviting him home. So Brahman offered him an invitation. The Lord passed the night in the temple and then he commenced his tour again. The next morning, in the great ecstasy of love, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started on his tour with no knowledge of the proper direction. He continued the whole day and night. As previously, while he was on the way, he would do such a Sankirtan, give such discourses that he would convert people into Vaishnavism. He met on the road after some days. Whomever he met, he converted them into Vaishnavism. After some days, the Lord reached the banks of river Godavari. When he saw the river Godavari, he was overwhelmed thinking that is Yamuna. He started remembering Yamuna. And then he saw the forest near Godavari. And he thought, oh, this is Vrindavan Dham. He meditated, lost in those thoughts. Then he chanted, danced, took bath in the river. And then he walked a little distance, sat down in one corner, chanting the name of Krishna. While he was sitting at one corner and chanting, he saw that someone is coming in a palkin, accompanied by the sounds of music. And this person got down from the palkin and is taking bath. Seeing the people around him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew this is Ramanand Rai. There were many Brahmanas who were also accompanying Ramanand Rai. According to the Vedic rituals, Ramanand Rai took his bath and offered oblations to his forefathers. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood. The Lord also wanted to meet him so much that his mind immediately began to run after him. Tathapi dhairya dhari Prabhu rahila vasiya Ramananda aila apurva sannyasiya dekhiya. So Mahaprabhu is sitting and chanting. Ramanand has got down with all the royal things, and then he goes, takes his bath. Mahaprabhu just wants to go and meet him. Until that time, Ramanand had not seen him. And then Ramanand, after taking the bath, he just saw, oh, there's a beautiful sannyasi sitting and meditating and chanting. And he's so beautiful. He's shining like, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is shining like hundreds of suns. And he was fair, very fair, Mahaprabhu. And he was wearing a orange color garment, saffron garment. And he was very large in body, very strongly built. And his eyes were soft like lotus petals. Ramanand Rai saw this beautiful sannyasi. He was struck with wonder and he went to him and immediately offered his respectful obeisances, falling flat like a rod. The Lord looked at him and asked Ramanand Rai to arise and chant the name of Krishna. Uthi Prabhu kahe utha, kahe Krishna Krishna, Tara alangite Prabhu hridaya satrishna. So when Ramanand Rai is falling on the feet, Mahaprabhu got up and he held him. Get up, get up, get up, get up. No, it's okay, get up, get up, get up. Krishna, Krishna, say Krishna, Krishna. And Ramanand Rai said, Krishna, Krishna. When he said Krishna, Krishna, Mahaprabhu, he could not, the way Mahaprabhu would share his love is embrace. So Mahaprabhu just took him and embraced him. And after embracing, he asked, are you Ramananda? Ramanand said, sir, I am your low servant. And I belong to the Shudra community, and you are embracing me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced him even more tighter, and the embrace was so beautiful, as if the master and the servant forgot everything, and they were drowned immediately. They were in a ecstatic love. They lost consciousness in ecstatic love. So that's how their embrace was right now. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramanand Rai. Their natural love for each other was awakened in both of them, and they embraced and they fell to the ground. When they embraced each other, it happens, when you feel that love. So they have embraced each other. Now, out of that feeling overflowing, overpowering, all the ecstatic symptoms started to come. Tears, perspiration, trembling, paleness, goosebumps, all of them started coming. And both of them are saying, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Ramanand Rai was accompanied by all the Brahmanas, and the Brahmanas are saying, what is this? A sannyasi embracing Ramanand Rai? They also started thinking, we can see that this sannyasi has a luster like the effulgence of a Brahmana. But how is it that this sannyasi is crying, embracing Ramanand Rai? They thought, the Brahmanas are thinking, that Ramanand Rai is the governor of Madras, a highly learned and grave person, a Mahapandita. But what happened to Ramanand Rai? He is also turned like a madman. We have seen him as a governor, so he's always in position and in command. What happened to him? The governor is crying with the embrace. While the Brahmanas were thinking in this way about the activities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramanand Rai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly saw everybody's face, and he thought, then he restrained himself and his transcendental emotions. When now they both became a little saner, because they realized they are surrounded by all these people, and Ramanand Rai has a position, has an image, and these people are behaving like madmen. So now they became normal. When they regained their sanity, they both sat down, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smiled and began to speak as follows. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya kahile tumhara gune, tumhara milite mora karila yetene. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya spoke so much about you. And he made a great endeavor to convince me to meet you, Ramanand. And let me tell you, Toma milibere mora ete agamana. I came here only to meet you. Bhala hila anaya se pailu darshana. It is all right that you just met me, and without making much of an effort, and I was able to see you. Raya kahe, sarvabhauma kare bhritya jnana, parokshaya more hite haya savadhana. Ramanand Rai said, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya thinks of me as his servant. Even in my absence, he always talks good about me. Because of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's mercy, I have got your darshan. I consider today, oh my Lord, Ramanand Rai is saying, oh my Lord, I consider that today I have become a successful human being. I can see, O Mahaprabhu, that you have bestowed special mercy on Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and you have touched me, although I am an untouchable. This you are doing because you extremely love Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and you value what he said to you. You are Bhagwan. Kaha tumi, kaha mui. You, where are you and where am I? Kaha tumi sakshat Ishwar Narayan. You are Supreme Personality of God and Narayan. Kaha mui? Rajasevi Vishayi Shudradhama. I'm I'm a government servant. And I am materialistic. And I am the lowest among men of the fourth caste. Morasparsha nakarile grina Veda bhaya. Mora darshan tuma Veda nishedhaya. The Vedas say one should not look at the people who are born in the lower caste, fourth. But for me, you did not consider anything, any instructions of the Vedas. You were not contemptuous of my touch, although the Vedas have forbidden this. Tomara kripaya tomaya kare nindya karma sakshat Ishvara tumi ke jane tomara man. Oh my Lord, you are Ishwar. No one can understand your purpose, your God. By your mercy, you are touching me. Although the Vedas don't sanction this. Amanistarite tomar iha agamana parama dayalu tumi patita pavana. My Lord, you have come specifically here. I know you have come to Godavari just to deliver me. There was no other purpose. You are so merciful that you can deliver the fallen souls. It is a general practice of all saintly people to deliver the fallen. Therefore, go to people's houses, although they have no personal business here. My dear Lord, sometimes great saintly persons go to the homes of householders, although these householders are generally low-minded. When a saintly person visits their homes, one can understand that there is no purpose other than to benefit the householders. This quote is taken from Srimad Bhagwatam. Mahad vichalanam nrinam ginam de dina chetasam nishreyasya bhagavana nanyatha kalpate kochit. There is no purpose for saintly people to go to the householders, but they go. Why? To help them, to benefit them. Oh my Lord, so many Brahmanas have come with me. They are also looking at you. And their hearts are also melting looking at you, my Lord. I hear everyone chanting Krishna's name. Krishna Krishna Nama Suni Sabara Vadane Sabara Anga Pulkita Ashuru Nayane. Oh my Lord, oh Mahaprabhu. All these Brahmanas are looking at you and they are constantly chanting Krishna Krishna just by looking at you. And they are all feeling the ecstasy of Krishna's name. My sir, according to your behavior and bodily features, you are Bhagwan. It is impossible for ordinary living beings to possess such transcendental qualities. Just by looking at you, look at the Brahmanas, they start chanting Krishna Krishna. So Ramanand Rai is speaking all these great things. Mahaprabhu looks at him. Prabhu kahe, tumi Mahabhagwatama प्रभु कहे तुम्ही महाभागवतोत्तम, तुम्हारा दर्शने साभार द्रव हैलमान. Mahaprabhu looked at him and smiled. He says, you, Ramanand Rai, are Bhagwatottama. Bhagwat means devotees. Uttama, the best of all the devotees. You are the best of best of among all the best. So you are the best of the topmost devotees. Bhagwat Uttama. Therefore, it's not my greatness. It's your greatness. You are such a devotee that looking at you, everybody's heart is melting. So that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He puts always himself humble. He's like, no, it's not my greatness, it's your greatness. Because he's in the human form. अन्येरा की कथा आमी मायावादी सन्यासी, आमी हा तो मारा स्पर्शे Krishna prema bhasi. Mahaprabhu says, although I am a Mayavadi sannyasi, a non-devotee, I am also floating in the ocean of love of Krishna simply by touching you, Ramananda, and what to speak of others. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya definitely knew that this will happen. And therefore, to rectify my heart, which is very hard, he has asked me to meet you. He's playing like an ordinary man. In this way, each of them praised each other's qualities and both were pleased to see each other. At that time, a Brahman Vaishnava, following the Vedic principles, came and offered obeisances. And he fell flat before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he invited him for lunch. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the invitation, knowing the Brahmana to be devotee, and slightly smiling, he spoke as follows to Ramanand Rai. He said, Ramananda, Tomara mukhe Krishna katha sunite haya mana. I have a desire to hear Krishna katha from your mouth. But right now, he has already invited me for lunch. So I'll go for lunch and then we will meet again. Punarapi payena tomara darshana. I will come here again and then I want your darshan. I want to see you again. Rai said, Ramanand Rai said, my lord, although you have come to correct me, a fallen soul, my mind is not yet purified by seeing you. So I want you to please stay here for 5 or 7 days and kindly cleanse my polluted mind. After that much time, my mind will certainly become pure. So they are talking like this, So Mahaprabhu said, yes, sure, we have to meet. And 5-7 days, yes, I'm going to spend with you because it's such a meeting. It was like instant connection between the devotee and Bhagwan. And they both want to spend time talking about Krishna Katha. This is the joy of the teacher and the student. The time they want to spend is not for worldly talks. It's to talk about Krishna, the topics of Krishna. So now the time to go. And Ramanand Rai is like, he doesn't want to leave. Same with Mahaprabhu. Yadyapi vicheda donar sahananayaya tathapi dandavat kari chalila Ramaraya. Mahaprabhu said, I have to go for lunch. We will meet. Do not want to separate. Ramanand Rai also is not able to tolerate the separation. Still, Ramanand Rai offered his obeisances to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and departed. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then went to the house of the Brahmana who had invited him and took his lunch there. When the evening of that day arrived, they both were restless. So they were waiting, to meet. And Ramanand Rai and the Lord were eager to meet each other again. So after finishing his evening bath, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down and eagerly waiting when will Ramanand Rai come. And Ramanand Rai came there accompanied by one servant. And they both sat down. Ramanand Rai approached Lord Sri Chaitanya and offered his respectful obeisances, and the Lord also embraced him. Then they began to discuss topics of Krishna in a secluded place. Prabhu kahe, Pada shloka sadherya nirnaya. Raya kahe, swadharmacharane Vishnu bhakti haya. Now this conversation is very beautiful conversation. Okay. So now Prabhu is asking, Bhagwan is asking to the devotee. He says, Ramananda, please recite a verse from the revealed scriptures which talk about the ultimate goal of life. So what is the ultimate goal of life as per you, which is given in the scriptures? Ramanand kahe swadharma acharane Vishnu bhakti haya. He said, if one executes the prescribed duties of his social position, he awakens he is Vishnu bhakti. Meaning, whatever role you are doing, if you are a Brahmana, if you are a Kshatriya, if you are from the business class, the business mercantile community, so you do your role accordingly and surrender everything to Bhagwan. And in this way, your devotion towards Bhagwan Vishnu will be accomplished. So this is the conclusion of all the scriptures. Mahaprabhu is like, this is a very dry conclusion. Because Mahaprabhu wants to go to the ultimate. He says, yeah, you are right. What you are saying, you're right. But what else? Is there something else? Ramanand Rai quoted a verse from Vishnu Puran. He says, Varna Shramacharavata Purushena Purapara Puman Vishnura Aradhyate Pantha Nanyat Tattatosha Karanam. Meaning, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is worshipped by the proper execution of prescribed duties in the system of Varna Ashram. There is no other way to satisfy Supreme Personality. One must be situated in the institution of this Varnashram. Varnashram means Brahman, Kshatriya, whatever the caste he has created. Prabhu heard it. Prabhu said, Eho Bhaya, Aage Kahara. Yes, what you are saying, Ramanand, that is right, but this is just an external thing. You please tell me something more. Rai kahe, Krishna karmarpana, sarva siddhya sara, sarva sadhya sara. Then Rai said, okay, sir, if you say me, there are other things that the scripture says. The scripture says to offer the results of one's activities to Krishna. Krishna karmarpanam. Krishna arpanamastu. That is the essence of all perfection. And then to support his statement, he's quoting from Gita, Yat karoshi yadashnashi, yad juhoshi dadashi yat tapasyesi kaunteya, tat kurushva mad arpanam. Ramanand Rai said, Bhagwan says, O Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer in sacrifice, whatever you give in charity, whatever austerities you perform, all the results of such activities should be offered to me, Krishna. Bhagwan heard. He said the same thing. Right. You're right. I understand that. But, Eho Bhaya. This is also external, Ramanand. Eho Bhaya. Aage Kahara. This is also external. Tell me something more. Raya kahe, okay. Swadharma tyaga ei sadhya sara. Rai said then, to give up one's occupational duties in the varnashram system is the essence of perfection. What do you mean by that? He says, he quoted a shloka again from Gita. He said, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshashyami masucha. This is the ultimate goal. Ramanand Rai said that, okay, if somebody, first he said, be in your dharma, be in your varna and do your duties and surrender to God. Then he said, okay, not like that. Surrender whatever you do, everything to God. That has been told. Now Mahaprabhu is still, telling, tell me more. And then he says, okay, forget about all the dharmas. Bhagwan Krishna says in Gita, after giving up all kind of religious and occupational duties, if you come to me and take shelter of me, I will give protection from all life's sinful reactions. So do not worry. So Bhagwan in the end said, if everything else is difficult, only do this. Surrender unto me. So that is what is the goal of life. Surrender unto me. Prabhu says, Mahaprabhu is not satisfied. He says, you're right, I understand. But Rai, eho baya, this is also external. Eho baya, aage kahara. Since you have come till here, there must be something more. Eho baya, this is also external. Tell me something more. Go ahead. Now Ramanand Rai came to another conclusion. He says, the scriptures also says, Jnana Mishra Bhakti Sadhya Sara. He says, okay, the scripture said Sarvadharman Parityajya. Yes, that's right. But the scriptures also say higher than this is to practice devotional service. A devotional service in which is mixed with knowledge. You should know. So devotional service mixed with knowledge, empiric knowledge, is the essence of perfection. And then he quoted a slok from Bhagavad Gita. Ramanand Rai says, in Gita, Bhagwan says, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Shochati Na Kankshati Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labate Param. So Bhagwan has said, yes, Saradhaman Parityajya, leave all the religious duties or occupational duties, surrender unto me. But then he has also told that one must do bhakti, and bhakti with empiric knowledge. And what is that bhakti? He says, one who is on the transcendental platform realizes Bhagwan is in everything, everywhere. So such a person is situated on the platform of Supreme Brahman, and he never laments. He never laments. He does not desire anything. He is equally disposed towards all living because everything is Krishna. And in that stage, he attains pure devotional service. So if somebody is looking for pure devotional service, one has to go to the stage of Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, where he's seeing Bhagwan in everything. So that is also recommended. Mahaprabhu said, yes, you're right. Go ahead, go ahead. This is also external. You've still not come to the internal reason. Ramanand Rai is like, okay. He says, one more bhakti has been mentioned. And that bhakti is, till now he says, bhakti mixed with empiric knowledge. Now he says, jnana shunya bhakti sadhya sara. He says, there's another bhakti where knowledge also does not have any place. If you have too much knowledge, bhakti mixed with knowledge will confuse. So there is a bhakti, a kind of bhakti where knowledge also has no place, where love is spontaneous. So now he's coming to the point where nishkama bhakti, or where even knowledge is not important. I just love Bhagwan and that's about it. When there's two ways to love in this world. Somebody falls in love. One is, okay, this person is rich and they can provide for me for lifelong. So you fall in love with that person for the richness. And one is, I just love the person. Whether he's rich, great. If he's not rich, still great. I love that person. So most of the Sakam Bhakti, what people do in the world, like when I talk about Lalita Mala Lalita Tripura Sundari, I know the word that hits, that sounds very good. Bhogascha mokshascha karasteva. That on one hand there is bhog, on one hand there is mukti. That sounds very good to the ears. So we are loving Lalita Tripura Sundari because she's giving the bhog. What if she does not give the bhog? Why most people are not interested in Krishna? Because nowhere you will hear this. You will hear madness of devotees. They left everything for Krishna. You'll hear the madness. You'll not hear. Though Bhagwan also gives. But like when you're reading, apparently it is somewhere not apparent. It's like hidden somewhere. He gives everything to his devotees, but it is hidden. And that is the work of Yogamaya, hidden, hides everything, hides his power, hides his opulence and what he can give. And it appears that Yogamaya is giving everything. So now Ramanand Rai says, pure devotional service without any touch of speculative knowledge, where the mind is not thinking what I will get in return by doing this bhakti. Is he a great God or not? Is he supreme or not? Mind does not even think like that. I just love. That's about it. When the mind has become like that, without touch of speculative knowledge, that is the essence of perfection. Wow. So now we think, okay, now he has come. But Mahaprabhu is still not satisfied. Mahaprabhu says, Eho Bhaya. Yes, you have come closer. But Eho Bhaya, Aage kaha aa raha? This is also external. Please go on talking more. Elucidate on this subject. I want to know more. Now Rai says, Raya kahe prema bhakti sarva sadhya sara. So from where we started, see? From surrender, first following your duties, karmic duties, then surrender, then give up everything for Bhagwan, then the devotion with knowledge, then devotion devoid of knowledge. Then now he comes. He says, Prema Bhakti. Prema Bhakti is the essence. Prema Bhakti means ecstatic love for Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the essence of all perfection. So now for us, like people like us, wow, he has come to the point. But Mahaprabhu is not still satisfied. Mahaprabhu is like, Mahaprabhu says, Eho Bhaya. This is also external. Aage kaha? Please tell me something more, Ramanand Rai. You're explaining it so nicely. But still, I want to know more. Ramanand Rai, whatever he spoke, that Prema Bhakti is the Sara, he gave two slokas in proof. He says, one sloka he quoted from, two slokas he quoted from Madhya-lila, which is written by Rupa Goswami. I'll just read the meaning. Ramanand Rai quoted these slokas and he said, as long as there is hunger and thirst within the stomach, varieties of food and drink will make one feel very happy. Similarly, when the Lord is worshipped with pure love, the various activities performed in the course of that worship awaken transcendental bliss in the heart of devotee. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita mati kriyatam yadi kuto api labhyate tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukriter na labhyate. Pure devotional service for Krishna cannot be had by pious activities in hundreds and hundreds of lives. So first he started with karma. But he says you can perform many pious activities, still it doesn't come, this prema bhakti. Then how do you get it? Tasya lauleva mulyam. Naradji says. Same thing here he says. Tatra laulyam api mulyam. Ekalam. There's only one price you have to give to get this prema bhakti. And what is that price? Intense greed. Intense greed to get this prema bhakti. If somewhere this intense greed is available, you must go and buy it. Prabhu kahe, Eho Bhaya. This is also external. Aage kaha aa? So far it is going very good. I'm liking it. But maybe there is something more. Raya kahe, okay. Prema Bhakti. Now we have come to the platform of Prema Bhakti. What kind of Prema Bhakti? Devoid of everything. I just love God. Now, Raya kahe, Dasya Prema Sarva Sadhya Sara. Now Raya is coming into Prema Bhakti, and Prema Bhakti, the different moods, the different mellows of Prema Bhakti. So different ras, Dasya ras. So first he said Prema Bhakti means Shant ras. I love God, God loves me. Done. No asking, nothing. No logical speculation whether God exists, whether God does. No, I just love. That's all. So that is Shant ras. Higher than that is Dasya ras, where Lord is everything and I am the servant. I just want to serve God, Bhagwan. That's all. I don't know nothing about anything else. So that is Dasya. So now Rai is saying, all right, Dasya Prema Sarva Sadhya Sara. Oh my Lord, spontaneous loving service in servitude. Seva, seva, seva. Service is higher. So if you love somebody, it's natural to serve that person. We love our kids. So natural, we'll serve them without expecting anything from our kids. So if somebody can love Bhagwan like this, the way you are loving your family, Bhagwan is your family. This family has come and it will go like a bubble. Life is like a bubble. It will come, it will disappear. But Bhagwan is your forever family. So the way you do everything for your family, not expecting for every work, are you expecting something? Oh, I did so much work, now pay me so much. Will you? No. So there are different kind of servants also. You go and do service in office. You do, if you have been hired for hourly, then 1 hour and that's it. You'll close the clock. Give me the money back. You are hired for monthly salary. After the month, you give the work and you take the money. That's it. So that is also service. You're a servant there also. But at your home, when you come, you are serving everybody. But are you asking money? Are you asking anything? You will go on serving so much that it cannot be paid. So that is Dasya Bhav. So everybody is serving. So now he says, in Prema Bhakti, if somebody has Dasya Bhav, that I am the servant, I am an eternal servant, I want to serve, I want nothing. Just imagine how this kind of love is. I want to serve. Now, how the love has become purified. We say we love Bhagwan, and then we are putting our list. God give me this, God give me this, God give me this. Now we are doing business first. But slowly the love becomes purified. And then you come to this stage. And then you're like, I'm an eternal servant. Just give me the opportunity to serve. That's all I ask. So spontaneous loving service in servitude as exchange by the master and the servant is the highest perfection. Mahaprabhu still asks further. But to say this statement, he has quoted one shloka from Bhagavatam. Yannama shruti matrena puman bhavati nirmalaha tasya tirtha pada kimva dasanama vishishyate. A man becomes purified simply by hearing the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose lotus feet create the holy place of pilgrimage. Therefore, what remains to be attained by those who have become his servants? By serving you constantly, one is freed from all material desires and is completely pacified. When shall I engage as your permanent eternal servant and always feel joyful to have such a perfect master? This is from Yamunacharya's Sodratna. Prabhu kahe, okay, eho bhaya. This is also external Rama. Eho bhaya. Say something more. Now, Raya says, Sakhya Prema Sarva Sadhya Sara. Okay. More than Dasya, first Prema Bhakti, then in Prema Bhakti, Dasya is great, but more greater than the Dasya is Sakhya, that is the Sar. Loving service to Krishna, rendered in fraternity, is the highest perfection. Friendliness, when we are friends, so in the servant and the master is always on the higher position and the servant is on the lower, even though the love is very, very selfless, but that position never changes. So higher than that love is love of friendship, where you are serving each other and there is equality. If I go to a friend's home, they invited me for dinner, I go and clean their kitchen after the dinner, it doesn't make me lower, it doesn't make me the servant, but I am serving. And there's a happiness in serving. So Sakhya Bhav. So here he's saying, loving service to Krishna, rendered in fraternity, is the highest perfection. And then he quoted one more shloka from Bhagavad, which means, neither those engaged in self-realization of appreciating the Brahman, effulgence of the Lord, nor those engaged in devotional service while accepting the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Master, nor those who, under the clutches of Maya, thinking the Lord an ordinary person, can understand the exalted personalities. This, so this was a quotation from Bhagavad where Krishna was playing with the cowherd boys. So Shukdevji said, nobody can understand who these cowherd boys are, how exalted these are. They are playing with that Supreme Bhagwan. So those yogis and munis who are meditating on Bhagwan, they'll find Bhagwan from their knowledge, from their neti, conclusion. Like, oh, not this, not this, not this, not this. Bhagwan is not this, not this, not this. And then they go to their soul realization and, they are working on themselves. They will realize God, but what they realize is what remains in the end is just pure consciousness. And that pure consciousness is just light. And they think, oh, now since everything is gone, only what is remain is light. This is nirvana. I can feel peace. This is what it is. So yes, they are enjoying the effulgence, Brahman effulgence, but they do not know how great are these kids who are playing hide and seek in the caves of Govardhan, in the mountains of Govardhan, with Bhagwan himself. So they are trying to find Bhagwan here, and they are only in the Brahman effulgence. And Bhagwan has come as an incarnation and nicely playing with the devotees. So nobody knows. So this is called Sakhyaras. Prabhu kahe, now this is Uttam. Now finally, after all this, he's saying, Eho Uttam. This is very good. This is very good. But still, आगे कहाँ आ रहा? Still, tell me more. Raya kahe, Vatsalya Prema. So see, first Bhagwan is there, and then you become a servant. Bhagwan is Lord, and then now Bhagwan has become your friend, same age. Now, love, he says, Raya kahe, Vatsalya Prema Sarva Sadhya Sara. He says, Vatsalya Prema. Vatsalya means maternity, maternal or parental mellow. Loving service to the Lord in the parental relationship is the highest perfectional stage. Of course it is. Now, from your love, that Bhagwan which was so far, that Bhagwan has become a kid. And the devotee has the power to tie the kid with a rope and do the Damodar-lila. Is it possible? Friends have the power to jump on Krishna. Can anybody do that? And Mother Yashoda has the power to tie him, scold him. So isn't this love the greatest? Where Bhagwan is willingly taking it. So this is the greatest. So he says, he quoted a slok from Bhagavatam again. Nanda kim akarod brahma shreya evam mahodayam yashoda ma mahabhaga papo yasyastanam hari. Ramanand Rai said, "O Brahman, what pious activities Nanda Maharaj must have done to get Sri Krishna as his son. And what pious activities Mother Yashoda must have done. She's breastfeeding Bhagwan. She's nourishing Bhagwan. Bhagwan is a nourisher of everybody. No, Bhagwan is getting nourished by his mother Yashoda. What is Yashoda? What pious activity she has done? The favor Mother Yashoda obtained from Sri Krishna, the bestower of liberation, was not even obtained by Brahma. Imagine Sri Krishna is a baby sleeping all the time on Mother Yashoda's shoulders, playing with her with his small little baby hands. Mother Yashoda taking the baby all the time and playing and kissing 100 times her baby. This is Bhagwan. She's playing with Bhagwan. Like Bhagwan is like his toy. She's bathing him, cleaning him, that love flowing. And when he's crying, babies, how they cry, they just want to get into mother's sari and then hide their face and keep sucking mother's breast. She is getting this opportunity. Whereas the yogis are still trying to find out who God is, Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has 1,000 hands, he has 1,000 legs, he has 1,000 eyes. He sees and yet he does not see. He is there yet he is not there. They are trying to find out God with all these aphorisms. And here Bhagwan is nicely hiding in Yashoda's chunni, Yashoda's sari and sucking her milk and feeling very happy. This is Bhagwan. Prabhu is now happy. He's like, this is also very good. This is also very good. Eho uttam. Aage kaha aa raha? Tell me more. Now Prabhu is getting excited. So Prema Bhakti came, Nishkam Prema Bhakti, then Dasya Rasa, now Vatsalya Rasa. Now he's saying more. Sakhya Rasa came, now Vatsalya Rasa. And he said, your statements are certainly getting better, O Raya, but surpassing all of them is another transcendental mellow. Can you speak of that as the most sublime, which is most sublime? Now Ramanand Rai say, Rama Rai kahe kanta prema sarva sadhya sara. Now he says, okay, now since you asked me, Prabhu, conjugal attachment for Krishna, Shringaras, Madhuriras, the gopis that they did, that is the topmost position of love of Godhead. And he said took some statements from Bhagavad. I'm just reading the meaning. When Lord Shri Krishna was dancing with the gopis in the Rasa-lila, the gopis were embraced around the neck by Lord's arms. This transcendental favor was never bestowed upon the goddess of fortune or other consorts in the spiritual world, nor was such a thing ever imagined by the most beautiful girls in heavenly planets, girls whose bodily luster and aroma resemble the beauty and fragrance of lotus flowers. And what to speak of worldly women who may be very, very beautiful according to material estimation. So these ladies, gopis, were just simple cowherd ladies, not like the celestial apsaras or those celestial ladies who are very beautiful and full of all opulences. These are simple cowherd girls who love Krishna. And Krishna embraced them all. Tasmanavirbhucha shauri smayamana mukhambuja Pitambara dharasragvi sakshan manmata. Suddenly, due to their feelings of separation, Lord Krishna appeared among the gopis, dressed in yellow garments and wearing a flower garland. His lotus face was smiling and he was directly attracting the mind of Cupid. Rai said, Krishna prapti upaya bahuvidahaya. Krishna prapti taratme bahuta achaya. किंतु यानरा यही रस से ही सर्वोत्तम तथस्थ यहाँ विचारिले अच्छा आछे तारतम. He said there are various means by which one may attain the favor of Lord Krishna. all these transcendental processes will be studied from the viewpoint of comparative importance, it is true that whatever relationship a particular devotee has with the Lord is best for him. Still, when we study all the different methods from a neutral position, we can understand that there are higher and lower degrees of love. Increasing love is experienced in various tastes, one above another, but that love, which has the highest taste in gradual succession of desires, manifests itself in the form of conjugal love. There is a gradual order of improvement in transcendental mellows from the initial ones to the later ones. In each subsequent mellow, the qualities of the previous mellows are manifested, counting from 2, then 3, and up to the point of 5 complete qualities. As the qualities increase, so the taste also increases in each and every mellow. Therefore, the qualities in Shantarasa, Dasya, Sakhya, and Vatsalya Rasa are all manifested in the conjugal rasa or the Madhurya Rasa. The qualities of the material elements, sky, air, fire, water, and earth increase one after another by gradual process of 1, 2, and 3. And at last stage, in the element of earth, all 5 qualities are completely visible. Similarly, complete attainment of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna is made possible by the love of Godhead, specifically Madhurya Rasa or conjugal love. Lord Krishna is indeed captivated by this standard of love. This is situated in Srimad Bhagwatam. Mai bhakti ribhutanam amritatavya kalpate dishtya yad asin mat sneho bhavitanam mat apanaha. Lord Krishna told the gopis, the means of attaining my favor is my bhakti. And fortunately, you are all engaged. Those living beings who render service unto me are eligible to be transferred into the spiritual world and eternal life with knowledge and bliss. Lord Krishna has made a firm promise of all time. If one renders service unto him, Krishna will correspondingly gives him an equal amount of success in devotional service to the Lord. ये यथा माम प्रपद्यन्ते ताम सतै भजामि हम माम वर्तमानु वर्तन्ते मनुष्यस् पार्थ सर्वशः. According to Bhagwan in Bhagavad Gita, as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, however, E premaran rupa na paribhajite ataivarini haya kahe bhagavate. Even though in Gita he says, I will reciprocate as per your surrender unto me. But in Bhagavat, Bhagwan Shri Krishna says, I have failed because of the love of the gopis. I cannot proportionately reciprocate devotional service in this Madhurya Rasa. Therefore, I always remain debtor to such devotees who love me like this. When the gopis were overwhelmed with dissatisfaction due to Lord Krishna's absence from Vastslya, Krishna returned to them all. And he said, my dear gopis, our meeting is certainly free of all material contamination. I must admit that in many lives, it would be impossible for me. Bhagwan is saying to the gopis, it will be impossible for me to repay your debt to you because you have cut bondage from your family ties just to search for me. Consequently, I am unable to repay you. Therefore, please be satisfied with your honest activities in this regard. Although Krishna's unparalleled beauty is the topmost witness of love of Godhead, his sweetness increases unlimitedly when he is in the company of the gopis. Consequently, Krishna's exchange of love with the gopis is topmost perfection of love of Godhead. Prabhu kahe, now Prabhu was happy. Prabhu kahe, ei sadhyavadi sunischaya. Kripa kare kaha yadi aage kichu hai. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I agree with you now. This is certainly the limit of perfection. Sadhyavadhi, the highest perfection. Sunischaya. Final conclusion. But I have a request. Please speak more on this topic if there is something more. Now, Ramanand Rai was like, Prabhu, I have never met anybody like you. Etadina nai jani achaya bhuvan. I have spoken to so many. But really, until this day, I did not know anybody within this material world who could inquire beyond this perfection. Since you asked me, I told Gopis' love is the best and Krishna is not able to reciprocate. But among all these Gopis, the highest love is that of Srimati Radha Rani. Yatha Radha Priya Vishnu Tasya Kundam Priya Tatha Sarva Gopishu Saivaika Vishnu Atyanta Vallabha. Just, he says, among the loving affairs of the Gopis, Ramanand Rai continued, Srimati Radharani's love for Sri Krishna is topmost. Indeed, the glories of Srimati Radharani are esteemed in all the revealed scriptures. Just as Srimati Radharani is dear to Sri Krishna, her bathing place, Radha Kunda, is also very dear to him. And among all the Gopis, Srimati Radharani is the supremost and very dear to Lord Krishna. अन्याराधितो नूनम भगवान हरिरीश्वरः यन्नो विहाय गोविंद प्रीतोयाम अनियद rahah. When the gopis began to talk among themselves, they said, dear friends, the gopi who was taken away from Krishna is in a secluded place. And she must have worshipped Lord more than anybody else. And this sloka was taken from Srimad Bhagwatam. The name Radha was derived from this sloka, Anyaradhito Nunam, Anyaradhi. So there comes the Radha meaning. It means by her, the Lord is worshipped most. So sometimes people say, oh, it is difficult to find Radha's name in Srimad Bhagwatam, but this is where it was hidden. Anyaradhito Nunam. So that is Radha. प्रभु कहे आगे कहे सुनीता पाई सुखे अपूर्व अमृता नदी वाहे तुम्हारा मुखे. We'll end it up here because Prabhu said this is so nice. Please speak on. I'm very happy to hear you because of the unprecedented nectar that is flowing from your mouth. So we'll hear more about Radharani and the rasa and everything and this conjugal love tomorrow. So we'll end it up here. All right, no more comments. Mahaprabhu really testing Ramanand Rai. Yeah, he's testing and he wants to actually relish the stories of conjugal love. All right. So may all your day and night be Chaitanyamay. We'll see you tomorrow. Radhe Radhe.
Thank you, Guruma. Thank you.
Radhe Radhe.